thing I didn't record the first few things I said, right? Okay, so my name's Anita Myron. I am a mom, a wife, and I am also a 15-star diamond, elite top 10 Beachbody coach, and I'm a $1 million earning lifestyle coach through Beachbody. I have with me on the call, who is my co-host, Bree, if you want to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Share with everybody who you are.
I am Bree Holland. I started coaching with Anita, and so she's my upline coach. I am a 3-star diamond, 2-time premier coach. So some of you hopping on, you guys are like, I don't know what any of this means. 6-figure earner, been a coach for 4 years, and a mom of soon to be 3.
Sweet. Thank you. Awesome. And just so you know, Bree is pregnant and she is rocking it out, and she's on this call, and I'm very impressed because I know when I was in my first trimester, I was like face down in bed all the time or barfing. So
I took a shower for everybody today. I didn't wash my hair. I showered, so in case anybody can smell my vibe through the computer.
Mom of 2, pregnant, makeup on, working a business. I'm really impressed. Great job. Okay, well, I'll kick us off, get us started. Hopefully we won't take up too much of your time tonight. I'm thinking you'll be off of here by 8:30 if we do everything right, play our cards right. So, okay, a little bit about me and why I am talking to you guys. Let me close my window. It's raining all of a sudden, and I'm getting a lot of noise. Hold on one second.
I will say, if you guys have questions anytime during the call, if you're new to Zoom, you can go to the chat and ask them, and we'll go through at the end and like touch base on those. So even if you ask the question, if we don't get to it right away, I'm going to go through and answer common questions at the end. So be throwing them into the chat.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right. So again, I'm Anita. I am most important, I'm a mom. I started in this business as I was a mom, new mom, brand new baby. I had a 2-month-old. I also had a full-time job when I got started as a coach. So just to let you know, just to show you, anybody can do this. Anyone can do this with full-time job, with kids, no job, no kids. Anybody can be a lifestyle coach with Team Beachbody. So when I got started with the company back in 2012, I was a whopping 210 pounds. And a lot of people do not believe me when I tell them that. But yes, I was 210 pounds and I am 5'4". So imagine what that felt like on my body. Very uncomfortable. My knees hurt. I was tired. I was dealing with postpartum depression at the same time. There was a lot going on emotionally. I just realized I've spit up on my shirt. So there's that. Hope you guys like that. Like, crusty formula. I have an 8-month-old. So that's how that got there. So yeah, I was just ready for a change. I was desperate for a change, you guys. I remember giving birth to this little girl, and she just completely rocked my world, rocked my universe. I became a completely different person when I brought her into the world. And I knew right away that I wanted to be a better person for her. In a nutshell, before getting pregnant, before getting married, I was a wild child. I was a party animal. I think Bree and I were we both came from the same mold. I spent way too many late nights out at the bar, ate way too much pizza at 3 a.m. And my experience with the nightlife turned into a full-time job. Actually, I started first bartending, and then I actually started DJing at a few nightclubs in Orlando. So my, party days quickly turned into something pretty serious. By the time I was 22, I was drinking heavily almost every night of the week. And I'm telling you, like, binge drinking. I thought that was normal because that's what all my friends were doing at the time. I was using drugs recreationally, and then it became a serious issue when I was trying to work 2 full-time jobs, serve tables, and be a DJ. So I was doing a lot of things and living a very fast-paced life. And in that process, I did not take good care of myself. I carried a lot of emotional baggage just from years and years of being, raised by a single mom, My father is sick and he's still in a nursing home and has been since I was a little kid, and just dealing with a lot of stress and dealing with it in an unhealthy way. So cut to, I got married, met the guy of my dreams. I'm still married to him today. He's my best bud. And we get pregnant. And I knew right then and there that I deserve better. My daughter deserved better. And it was time for a change. So I tried really hard to do it on my own. I tried really hard to stop eating crap and junk. I tried really hard to go into the gym and work out and know exactly what I needed to do. I even went and like Google searched meal plan options and what I can do as far as eating is concerned. I went as far as consulting with a nutritionist, only to find out that all that stuff was way outside of my price point, way outside of my budget, you guys. I was living paycheck to paycheck. So we'll talk about that in a second. That's a whole nother ballgame. But I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm sorry, but going to the gym, hiring a personal trainer, paying for a nutrition plan with a nutritionist, doing weekly check-ins with a personal trainer, going to the gym and like doing all of those workouts and knowing exactly what I needed to do. Oh, and packing up a baby and heading to the gym every day. Guys, that was not possible for me. And so I remember scrolling my newsfeed, and I had this friend, her name's Leslie, and she's actually my upline sponsor. And she's also a 15-star diamond. Back then, when Leslie and I first started talking, she was just a brand new coach, had no business built, and she had just started her fitness journey. I remember she had just started doing a program called Chalene Extreme, and she was posting her 50-pound weight loss. And I was like, okay, this is a mom of two. She lives up the road from me. She's not far away. I know her personally. We're friends, family friends. And so I reached out to Leslie and I was like, girl, what are you doing? Because, I need an answer. I need help. And I cannot afford all of these really expensive trainers and nutritionists. And I don't know what I'm doing in the gym. And so Leslie was like, I'm doing this thing called Chalene Extreme. It's an amazing fitness program. It's created by the company called Beachbody. Oh, by the way, they have like 30 other amazing programs to follow. I'm also following the meal plan that comes with the program, and I'm using a super dense dose of daily nutrition that's replacing one of my meals per day. And I was like, okay, that's got to be costing you an arm and a leg. And the answer was no. It was completely affordable, something that I could fit into my budget. It really cost me no more than the cost of lunch for just 30 days. And so that was something that my husband and I could budget in. Having a new baby, living paycheck to paycheck, we were like, okay, we're removing something from, our budget, which was for us lunch, and I'm going to replace it with this shake. I'm going to follow this meal plan. I'm going to follow this fitness program. And guys, it was finally something that I liked, enjoyed, and it worked. Within 7 months of becoming a challenger or a client with Leslie, I had lost 60 pounds and eventually went on to lose 70. If you guys know anything about weight loss, those last 10 pounds take forever. So I just remember really working hard for those last 10 pounds. But I ended up losing 70 total pounds. And through that journey, I realized I'm really effing passionate about this. Like, I loved getting out of bed in the morning and knowing that I was going to have my pre-workout formula and I was going to slam out a workout and I was going to feel amazing all day. I love the idea of taking better care of my body, eating healthier, and just being a better example for my child. I wanted her to see me and say, okay, this is how you're supposed to eat. This is supposed to how you're supposed to be active. I never want her to look at me like I looked at my dad. Okay, guys, full disclosure, my dad is 500 pounds. He's in a wheelchair right now. He lives in a nursing home. He's not even 60. Both of his legs are black from diabetes and heart disease. And he currently smokes 3 packs a day. I'm not even joking. All he does all day is sit there outside the nursing home in his wheelchair and suck down cigarettes. That's who raised me. And so looking back at that, it scared the crap out of me because at 210 pounds, I was actually starting to look like my dad. I was like, no. I remember looking in the mirror and seeing pictures. I had black circles under my eyes like my dad. I was starting to have really scaly skin and just not looking right, looking like my dad. And my dad wasn't looking right or healthy. And I know he's not watching this because he's probably sitting outside the nursing home smoking cigarettes right now. But he was definitely. 1 second. I don't know what that was.
There's one person that's not muted.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the unmuted person.
Michelle or Michael Smith?
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, it was him. He's laughing. I was like,
This is so distracting.
what is going on? I hate when that happens. I thought I had everyone muted. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, that was what I was, raised with and what I was totally freaked out by. It just wasn't what I wanted my daughter to see growing up. And that's what kind of fueled me into making this change. So anyway, I lost 70 pounds and I started to realize, okay, I am sharing this journey and people are starting to come to me and people are starting to become inspired. The same way I looked at Leslie and said, oh my gosh, she is kicking butt. Like she's losing all this weight. And I know that if both of us are having this experience, we can inspire a lot of people. So in that 7-month period, I also started to host and run challenge groups and sign up virtual wellness members or challengers or clients. And I started to see a little bit of a business grow. And at that time, it was a hobby for me. I was more so really just super interested in focusing on my health and wellness and my growth as an individual. I wasn't so much really ready to promote and build a business yet, but I was having fun helping other people, helping other people become accountable. And I just really knew I loved this, but then the opportunity started to present itself when these paychecks started to come in. And I was making $20 here and there, $50 here and there. And I started to be like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like I can buy some shoes with this. I can pay for gas. And I started to be able to pay for some bills. And we got to a point also, it was kind of perfect timing. My husband and I were struggling. We weren't making it. We were paycheck to paycheck. I was working in a job that I did not like. I was leaving my daughter way too often. I barely saw her. And I knew that my husband, myself, and my family, we deserved so much more than constant financial stress and constantly being worried about how we're going to put food on the table, how we're going to buy diapers, how we're going to just give our daughter the life that we want her to have. So I thought to myself, okay, if I can make these $20, $50, $100 checks every couple of weeks, what if I were to just go into one of Leslie's trainings, hook up with Leslie, and just really dive in and do this thing, like really learn. And I told Leslie on one of our, getting started right calls, I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to really do this. Like I'm going to do it. And so I did it. And I started running accountability groups and I still run them to this day. And so as a coach, you're going to be running what's called virtual wellness communities, groups, challenge groups. You can name it whatever you want, but it's just a group of ladies getting together with a common goal and a common interest, getting fit and healthy, and just inspiring and holding each other accountable. So I started running these groups. I still do. And I found this whole new purpose, not just, I knew that I was meant to be a mom, but I also knew that I had so much more beyond that to offer. And I wanted to give back to the community in a meaningful career. So that's what this became. This became a meaningful career for me. I was changing lives. What was paying me, as much what was paying me in my wallet and my bank account was also paying me spiritually and mentally, because in my heart, I knew that I was doing something that was good and changing the world. And that was enough motivation for me to keep going, even on the days where I wasn't making any money. And I will be very clear in saying, before we dive into how to make money and all that stuff, we in Beachbody make no guarantees to any income level or any level of success. Everyone works different. Everyone's efforts will bring them to different levels of success. But I worked hard. I continued to host these groups. One second, let me take a sip. And grew a really awesome team in business. So fast forward to today, I've been a coach for 5 years. I joined in 2012. And I built a really awesome downline. I think we're at 4,000 right now of coaches in our downline. And we earn a full-time income, multiple six figures a year, and have earned over $1 million in this business as a coach. So, and guys, we'll talk more about this later, but whenever I say Beachbody coach and people don't have much experience with us, they immediately think pyramid scheme. And we're going to talk about pyramid schemes in a minute and how we're not that. But I'll tell you, I joined probably in the lifespan of how long Beachbody has been around, I joined like in the middle. So if I can join somewhere in the middle in time-wise and earn that kind of income, that's proof that anybody can build an income and grow an income. It's just a matter of the work you put forth. So we'll talk a little bit more about how we're different than a pyramid scheme, what that looks like. But I'm going to actually kick it over to Bree and let her take it away.
Hey guys, so much like Anita, I'll kind of start from before Beachbody. I also kind of early teens, like into my later teens, was like party girl. I worked at a bar, so it was the whole bar scene of cigarettes, recreational drugs. I did not go to college for anything. So I was kind of that girl that was like, I don't know what I want to do, so I'll just make tips and that'll be it, right? I wasn't living for anybody else. I didn't have kids. So I was like just kind of living paycheck to paycheck to fuel my party life. It was like live to get a paycheck, pay the rent, go party. Like that was basically what I lived for. And it got tiring, it got boring, and there were moments where I was just really depressed, but I didn't really have a vision or a reason to get out of that lifestyle. So I was kind of just like, this is it. Like, this is my life. I chose not to go to college. I chose to move out of my parents' house. I rebelled against a very strict religious household. So my parents and I didn't talk a whole lot because I was the missionary kid. You guys would see my kid, like child rearing. I was homeschooled. I didn't have any friends. I grew up partially in Africa, so I didn't have like a big social media base. I didn't have a big high school base or college friends. I just kind of partied with people. And so my confidence came from alcohol and thought I was like so cool and had all these friends. And then I would be sober in the morning and feel like crap. And so I struggled with depression. I struggled with major anxiety. And so I will fast forward through awful relationships, through really bad abusive drugs and alcohol, to meeting a guy that actually treated me really well. And we dated off and on for a little bit, found out I was pregnant. So it was that situation where I can use this and change my life, or I can just kind of shove it under the rug and move on and keep doing what I'm doing. And I chose to, I'm going to keep this baby, and wherever our relationship goes, I'm going to use this and I'm going to change my life. People have kids and they get that mom gene and everything's happy, right? Like I saw moms really happy, like they were living for somebody else and they had this fulfillment. I was like, that's what's going to happen. Well, 9 months of pregnancy, and I found myself still depressed, still isolated, still lonely, couldn't cope with drugs and alcohol. So I coped with food. And I was super sick. I was working things out, with the father, and I started renting this house. I originally was living in a house with 4 other partiers. So I was like, I'm pregnant, I'm having this kid, I need to find a place to live. So I was renting a house that I couldn't even afford. So I was dipping into what little savings I had, and was mortified that I was so broke. I didn't tell anybody that I was dipping into the couple $1,000s that I had saved to just pay for this house. So fast forward, I had the baby, and I was like, okay, I was really depressed and isolated, but now I'm going to have this baby, right? And now everything's going to be fine. I'll have a purpose. And that wasn't the case. Nobody told me about postpartum depression. Nobody told me how hard it was, how isolating and sad and scary it could be. And so for the first 3 months of having my baby, she was well taken cared for, but I definitely wasn't taking care of myself. And she definitely was just getting the bare needs and essentials, diaper changes, fed, I felt no connection. And so eventually I reached out for help from my OB. I was like, is this normal? Like, I feel crazy. So I was put on antidepressants again, dealt with the whole postpartum thing. I thought maybe if I go back to work. So I went back to work and got myself in a situation where I was working at a clothing store, managing about 50 to 60 hours a week, and felt depressed because now I was leaving this baby that I had like worked so hard to be home for. So I just struggled, and Anita had found me on Instagram actually. And so she stalked me a little bit, messaged me, and I was kind of like, okay, yeah, you're way too happy. Like, I don't want any of your happy juice. Like, leave me alone. I'm a sad, depressed mom. I don't want any of your, magic pills. But she invited me to a call much like this. It was like a call in on your phone, and I listened to it, and I was like, great, that's great for everybody else. That could never happen for me. I didn't go to college. I don't have a degree. I'm not trained in any of this stuff. I have, I lived in Africa. I have 3 friends on my Facebook. They're my cousins. Like, no way. But as much as I started to follow her journey and be like, oh, she was into the same thing. She was depressed. Like, if she can do that, like, maybe like just this little glimpse of like, maybe I could. And every time she reached out, I started to believe in myself a little bit more and said, you know what? If she thinks I can do it, like, I have nothing to lose, like 0 to lose. I'm literally already broke. I literally already have no career, and I'm not taking care of myself. So I have nothing to lose. So I signed up, and from day one, I think the first message I sent her, I said, okay, I've paid for this. Now I need to earn it back before my boyfriend freaks out and finds out. So I was an all-in coach. I started from the ground, like 0. I just knew that there was a point in my life where I laid my little girl down. She was 8 months at the time when I signed up. I think 8 months to a year old. I laid her down in her crib, and I tell everybody this story. We had a full-length mirror. The only one was in her room. It was like one of those cheapo Walmart. You'll know what I'm talking about. They bend, and you're always afraid they're going to break. I laid her down in the crib. She was sleeping, and I stood in front of that mirror in volleyball shorts and a sports bra, and I was like literally in tears because I was ripping myself apart. And I, like, the first person that popped in my head was Anita, and I was like, she's going to help me. She's going to help me do this. And from that moment forward, I was like, if I can't help myself not feel this way, there is no way that I can give that little girl what she needs. I can take care of her. I can say I'm giving her the world, but unless I'm teaching her by example of how to take care of herself, how to have confidence in herself, when I just hate my body, when I hate who I am, there's no hope. Like, it's not going to happen. So I signed up, went all in, and immersed myself in this community with every single second I had. I worked full time. I was at my job 60 hours a week. I took food breaks to be on calls, just to submerge myself in this positive energy. Like, I just wanted to soak it all in. And I think within 6 months, I messaged her and said, I'm going to quit my job. And I was busting my butt. Like, this was not something that came easy. It wasn't something that, I was trained on, but it was something that I just felt, like Anita said, I felt a purpose in. I felt like I was doing some good. I felt like I was inspiring other people, which I had never felt in my life. And I felt good. I just felt good. I knew I was a long way from my goal body. I knew I was a long way from 100% good eating habits, but I just knew every day I woke up and I tried to take steps to better myself. And I never, ever lived like that. So that's my story. Fast forward through the last 4 years, I've built a 6-figure business. I've quit my full-time job. I've come home. I've since gone through another pregnancy doing this business. So I know we get a lot of questions about, what if I'm not at my goal weight? Like, what if I'm, dealing with an eating disorder? I too struggled with that. So it's not about being at your goal weight. It's not about having this down perfect or being the fitness coach that knows all the answers. It's about being that support system and being willing to be vulnerable with your story. And the more I opened up about the struggles that I had and have, the more I was able to connect with people like you guys, just very open, raw, and honest. So now over 4 years, I've built that income. I've been able to go through a pregnancy and not have to, deal with that stress of leaving my little ones. And now, again, for another round going through pregnancy and being able to work around, I've been really sick. So work around that, work around my kids' school schedule, and, show up on calls and then take naps. So it's been a blessing. It's encouraged me and others around me to just show up for themselves. And I think, you know, that's just a lost art these days. So that's my story. I've earned a lot of trips with this business. I've made some of my best friends, like I said, being homeschooled, no college, you know, friends and stuff. To have a community of women, I've never had that in my life. So to be able to get on Facebook or text a friend and be like, how's your day going? And feel like it's a genuine woman on the other side that knows me, that means a lot. So again, like Anita said, the income, you know, I've been paid and it's great, but also, you know, I feel full spiritually, mentally, you know, I feel overwhelmed with what this opportunity has given me. So I think I'll kick it back over to Anita. She's going to share the basics of the business.
All right, awesome. Okay. If you are on and you're not muted, please mute yourself. I was trying to mute everybody, and there are some people that I just can't mute. It won't give me the option to do so. So please do us a favor, mute yourself, because we can hear all your kids and your mom and your dad. Like, we can hear everybody. So, okay. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how Beachbody got started, how Team Beachbody came to fruition, the history of this amazing company that we're a part of, so that you can get a better understanding of what we're all about, what our mission is, and our core purpose is as a company. So like I said, you're going to be aligning yourself with us, running your own virtual wellness groups, okay? And so with aligning yourself with a company, you have to believe in us. You have to believe in a company that you're going to work with, and you have to believe in a product. If you're going to back a product and you're going to be proof that product works, you have to believe in the product and the company. And as many of the coaches on this call know, that, you know, most of the successful coaches that are sitting on the call are huge fans. We are walking billboards. We are walking, talking advertisements basically for the company. And so it's because we love the company so much. So here's why I love the company so much. Yes, we bleed blue. So true. So here's why I love Beachbody so much. The company got started as just infomercials. Carl Deichler, John Congdon came together and created Beachbody. I believe this was in 1997. I think I have the date right. 1997? Somewhere around there. And so they came together and started this infomercial company for fitness programs, and they created this program, a couple of different programs, like and Beachbody at that point is called like $1 Million Body, something like that. So anyway, what happened was Carl and John put together a member board or a chat board for customers to come online and just talk to other people that are on the same journey as they were in, and just get that support that we coaches give today. But they were looking for that support, and people were helping people get fit and healthy by just being a part of each other's journey. And they noticed that the people that were on these chat boards and these message boards, they were having more success. They were pumping out more before and after pictures than anyone that's not getting on these chat boards. And as many of you know, if you know who Beachbody is and you've seen our programs, you know we pump out before and after pictures like it's our job. We're like a before and after picture gas station. We're just pumping it out because that's what we're all about. We're about results. And they noticed that results sell programs. And before and after pictures, they sell more programs. So that's when John Congdon and Carl Deichler, so John Congdon's the president, Carl Deichler's the CEO, and these two guys get together and they create Team Beachbody, which is basically what we are right now. And it's a network of coaches running and operating these virtual wellness communities, or challenge groups, as we have historically called it, challenge groups. But just basically, in a nutshell, they're accountability groups. They're accountability pods, and they're getting together with like-minded people and getting through a program that we have to offer successfully. So that's how the company was born. That's how Team Beachbody was born. And what is really cool to me about all of that is the business was born because two people saw that it was changing lives. The business was born because two people saw that it was actually working, that it was changing people from the inside out. They had a mission from the get-go to end the trend in obesity. And they started that mission with Team Beachbody and the network of coaches we have today. So that's how we blossomed. And over time, we started to recognize the needs of our customers and coaches. We started to recognize that our customers and coaches don't just need workouts, they need meal plans too. So we started offering meal plans. Our customers and coaches don't just need workouts and meal plans. They also need supplementation that's going to pick up where their diet's leaving off and help them get through workouts and help them get through fitness programs and through the day. So we started to provide and offer things like Shakeology, which is our marquee product. It's we call it our super dense dose of daily nutrition. This is a meal replacement superfoods drink. This is something that you use to replace a meal with. And it just became this wildly successful part of our network because it was a product that all of us could benefit from and all of our customers could benefit from. And we were starting to, as coaches, believe in these products full throttle. And so we started to have this like shop brewing and a shop getting created, more and more products being available to our customers and coaches. So that's sort of how our shop was born and how our products came about. So everything that came together sourced from the desire and the hope to end the trend in obesity, help more people change their lives, and also help more people earn an income while building a meaningful career through this avenue. And so what I have really personally loved the most about this opportunity is that people like me who have a ton of passion, a ton of motivation, ambition, and dreams and hopes and want to give back to the world, but also a meaningful career, people like me can align themselves with a company like Beachbody, and then opportunity and success is born. Because when you have the right opportunity and the right ambition, the right fire in your soul, the right hunger for success, if you've got that and an opportunity, you have success. And that's what we're seeing time and time again, over and over with the coaches joining our team. We're seeing full-time incomes, part-time income being created. We've have a few $1 million earning coaches on our team. That means it isn't just one person earning an income. It's multiple people. And the people earning the $1 million can't earn $1 million unless the people in their teams are earning money too. So it's just a win-win-win-win-win everywhere, which is pretty awesome and why I love Beachbody so much. So that's where we came from. That's how we were born. And I've gone way over in time. So I'm going to kick it back to Bree so she can tell you what we do as coaches.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit, well, actually a lot, basically by sharing our stories. We've kind of already gone over what we do, so I'm just going to break it down really simply. When you join Team Beachbody, you are joining for getting your own results. You're joining to create this lifestyle of balance, of health, of bettering yourself, right? And so as coaches, basically what we do is we share that journey. 99% of what we do and what we share is on social media. So a lot of people, I don't want to host house parties. I don't want to have inventory stocked in a closet somewhere and trying to sell it, right? Like I don't want to buy up front 50 bags of Shakeology and try to sell them. I don't want inventory. I don't want overhead. I don't want all of that stuff. I have kids. I don't want to be, doing events at my friends' houses. I don't want them to feel guilty, all that stuff. So Beachbody has made it so simple that we get to use social media platforms where there are millions of human beings needing your specific story, right? Everybody's story is going to be different. Everybody's goals and journey and ups and downs, they're going to look different. So as coaches, we live by these products, right? We drink our Shakeology every day. We do fitness programs. My fitness has been up and down. And if you say that you have an injury and you can't, work out hardcore like Shailene Johnson or Autumn Calabrese, or you don't have weights at home, that's fine. I haven't been able to work out since July, I think it has been. But a lot of people have needed that story. So being on social media and sharing our daily life, not taking breaks. As coaches, we are like TV channel on, right? We have Instagram stories, we have Instagram, Facebook like pages, YouTube, Zoom chats, so many avenues to reach more people in a quick amount of time to share our story, be inspiring, encourage others, and then invite people into this opportunity. So we are the voice of there is a balance, there is lifestyle that can be obtainable to reach your goals in a manageable way without having to kick all bread out of your life forever, or never eating a steak again, or saying goodbye to butter, right? We're not promising a quick fix. And by sharing that journey on social media, we show that we're real humans. I share that I eat donuts, but I also share that I drink my superfoods and have a salad the next day, right? So I teach balance to those around me. And then I, as the coach, reach out to those people and I say, hey, do you have goals? I'd love to come alongside you, show you this lifestyle and help you get involved. And like Anita said, the wellness communities, we get them plugged in with the right tools for them. Maybe their goals look different than what you've been working towards, but we have all of the tools necessary to help anybody in their journey, no matter where they're at. So we align them with Team Beachbody to get their nutrition, to get the right fitness program. So it's really easy to align them with the tools we have, even if our goals aren't exactly the same. So we invite these people in, we run these communities, and then we invite people to the opportunity. So maybe somebody wants a cool side gig and they love sharing their journey. Maybe they're on social media already, or you have a friend that, you know, needs to pick up a little extra income and they're already into fitness. Whatever it may be, we invite and we grow teams. So as a coach, every single day, we just are living proof, and we blast that on social media in a fun, in a positive way. We don't have to sell. We don't have to, you know, preach and spam, because our lives are living proof that it's just balance and it's wholesome, fun living, right? So that's what we do as coaches. You know, it's not this crazy, tricky thing. Anybody can do it. You have to have dedication. And the biggest thing I would say is consistency. You have to show up. You have to want this. Nobody's going to want it for you as bad as you want it. So when you sign up, the day you sign up, it's not your uplines coach or the coach that invited you to this. You're the one that has to go make that first post and say, I'm doing this for me and I want to support others. You have to be the one, you're buying in and you're signing up for your business. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get this training and they're going to teach me how to build a business. But you have to be willing to be all in with your journey and be invested in, you know, being a student. So that's what we do. We run these groups. We support people just by showing up, right? Like it's just as much accountability for us as it is for the people that we're inviting. When I see my girls showing up in the group and, you know, 100 girls have done their workout, it makes me want to do it. So even as the coach, you know, it works both ways. It helps me stay accountable. So, you know, if I was selling makeup, I probably wouldn't work out. It would be just a selling business, whereas this has completely transformed my life. And if you're someone that's thinking about a business that you want more than a selling aspect, this is it, because it's going to fulfill you in more ways than just a selling aspect. And it doesn't burn out, because there are so many ups and downs in this business to help you with where you're at in each stage of the journey. So that's what we do as coaches. It's super simple. Like I said, just got to be consistent with it.
All right, so we're running out of time. I'm going to go super fast to the remainder of the information. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do you start out as a coach? Like, what are the first steps? What do you do? So as a coach, you are an influencer, okay? You are a motivator, a leader, an influencer. So the first thing you must do is start with yourself. You need to start out working on your own personal health and wellness journey, okay? So if you're on this call and you're like, holy smokes, I'm not ready to be an influencer or be that leading example to someone else, that's fine. You can be here and just come on board as a customer at first, or we call it a challenger at first, and just get focused on being healthy, being balanced, working on yourself personally, spiritually, mentally, physically. And then that brings me to, how much does it cost to become a coach? That's a huge concern for everybody right off the bat. I get that right away. How much does it cost? We only ask you, this is amazing, this is the best part, guys. We only ask you to invest in your own fitness And to become a coach costs nothing. You just have to invest in your own Beachbody On Demand All Access membership and a 30-day supply of Shakeology. We ask you to do that one time, and that gets you access to all of our fitness programs for an entire year, 365 days, full access to almost 700 workouts. Then you're going to get access to all of our meal plans, access to all of our training, all of our support, all of our accountability. And then you get to start a business, a coaching business for free. No inventory. You don't need to buy into anything. We're not asking you to spend $5,000 on some protein powder or something. No, we are asking you to just put your money to use on yourself, start a business, and start inspiring others by first working on yourself, okay? And you can start earning an income right away. You can start inviting right away. So if you're the type of person on the call who's like, I'm a Beachbody On Demand customer. I use Shakeology already. I'm a Beachbody performance line user. I just want to start a business. Then if you've already purchased a challenge pack in the past, you just sign up as a coach. You pay the $40. There's a coach sign up fee that's $40. But all you need to do is we'll have you call Beachbody and get that $40 refunded. Okay? And then you can start making an income right away. So how do we earn an income? Actually, back up. Pyramid scheme. I want to tie what I just said about starting up an inventory with pyramid scheme. So pyramid scheme, in a nutshell, it's basically a bunch of people selling things to a bunch of people that are selling the same thing. Does that make sense? It's just like, buy all this product, buy all this inventory, and you're gonna keep it and use it and sell it, but they don't actually have customers using the products. It's really hard to explain. I don't know if Bree gave a better explanation than that of a pyramid scheme, but basically everyone has the capability of earning an income. We have what's called a binary system, and I'm not going to go into that, but you will build a team and earn an income that way. But one of my favorite parts about being a coach is that I have more customers than I do coaches. I have a ton of customers who just use our programs, our products, and our Shakeology and our performance line, or just using Beachbody On Demand. I have a ton of those. They're not coaches. They're not here to earn an income. And so I'm not just having coaches buy a bunch of inventory. So that's what's so amazing and sets us apart from a lot of other companies. But yes, we don't require you to invest inventory, invest in any product. You're not going to go hosting home parties and setting up shop somewhere and having to talk to people in person about this if you don't feel comfortable. I am really uncomfortable talking to people in person. I'm just like, I shut down, I start sweating. I can't do it. But I can talk to people through a computer screen apparently, or I can talk to people by typing and do just fine. So if you're an introvert on this call, you're in the right spot, okay? So no home parties. And so we just want you to start by working on your journey, working on yourself, and then start sharing with people what that's all about. Yep, Bree, that's right. No cancellation fees, no selling requirements, no minimums. We're just asking you to come get fit with us and then start a business with us, start making money with us, and start traveling with us, which leads me to the next thing. We don't just earn money. There are so many awesome incentives and places and opportunities to get recognized for your hard work and your success. So we have something called the Success Club Trip. It happens every year. And in a nutshell, if you're hitting your goals every single month and you've registered for this trip, you can earn that trip completely paid for except for the airfare. Actually, I think you can earn cash towards airfare as well. But that's another opportunity to become rewarded, recognized, and just something fun to earn for your family. We also have our annual meeting, which is called Beachbody Summit. And I say meeting, but I mean like our annual flipping Super Bowl. It's like the Grammys. We have this, you go work out with the trainer, our celebrity trainers. You go to parties, you get to meet your team, you go in on some exclusive trainings. So those are just 2 opportunities to travel and have fun with us. And there are many more. So Bree, is there anything else you can think of to ask?
We talked about earning, but you guys earn 25% commission. So that's a number we can place on it for you guys as, you know, you're first coming in, you sign somebody up. Usually it's about $40 to $100 when you sign somebody up to invest in their health and nutrition. So it'll be case-to-case basis with each person and what their needs are and what they want. But again, you come in and you're rocking goals. There's no like fee to be like, oh, now I want to get out. Like there's no trap, there's no net, and there's no selling requirement. So if you are the coach, like Anita said, that wants to come in and you're really like, I want to work on my goals first, you're not going to get penalized, you know, by Beachbody because you didn't make a sale in your first month. You know, so if you're the one like me that I was like, I need to earn this money, tell me how, and I wanted to sign some people up, I was able to do that in my first week. If you're the person that's like, I want to dip my toe in, I want to try a program first, Beachbody is like, cool, we want you here no matter what level you're at.
Yep, absolutely. And I want to also add that if you are someone who's just not into working out or into fitness and hate it, there are people out there that hate fitness. You can still be a coach and you can still rock this business. There's so many other things you can do with our company to build a business. It doesn't have to be fitness. You can help people with their nutrition, with using our performance line, with using our, we have an amazing 21-day cleanse called the Ultimate Reset. So you can help people get through that program. You can help people just live a healthier, more fulfilling life and help them to develop in personal development or professional development. There's so many things that you can do and we can help you do that. So it doesn't have to be about fitness. And if you're somebody that just hates to eat healthy and eat clean, then great. You can, and you're just about fitness, hey, you can still do this too. We're just like Bree said, we're about balance. We're about finding what works for you to live healthier all around. So like I said, anybody can be a coach. You don't have to be fit. You don't have to be somebody that's like hyper into fitness. And I've seen Bree down some donuts, okay? That girl eats donuts.
I think every single trip, nobody would know I'm into fitness and nutrition.
How about some water and some fruit? Let's get some donuts. Okay.
You guys, I am that girl. Like I love my fitness for my sanity as a busy mom, but I am not the one that gets excited about a workout, y'all. Like I need this business to keep me on point with showing up for that kind of stuff. So I think that's a big thing too, is the community makes you want to show up, right? You don't have to love it every second. You don't have to live a smile every single second, but it trains accountability in your own journey. It trains, you know, showing up in your own journey. So.
Yeah. I know of a particular coach, I won't say her name, but she's a top coach. She's super duper successful, multimillionaire. And she hates to work out and she loves to eat pizza, but she just loves the heck out of running groups on Facebook to help people get better at budgeting and get better at shopping and better at doing their makeup and better at fashion. And she just runs all of these fun little groups and still presents the opportunity to use Beachbody on demand and use our performance line and our Shakeology. Guys, Shakeology is like a one-stop shop for looking good, feeling good, being the healthiest version of yourself. Shakeology cleans you out from the inside out. It's like a gentle scrub brush. That's what I like to call it. So we have something for everybody. So don't be shy. Don't be freaked out. So whoever invited you on this call, you guys, get with them. Talk to them about your next steps. I am so pumped to see all of you new faces in the Legacy Collective team page tomorrow, right? Raise your hand if you're joining. Yay! Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys later.
I see a girl that I invited. Raise her hand.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And I promise we're not all crazy like I am.
Maybe just halfway.
Maybe just a little. Okay, guys, have a good night. And I will have this recording ready in just a few minutes. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.